Hello and welcome to Kin Vineyards here in Carp, Ontario, Eastern Ontario, Canada's newest winemaking region. I'm here with Brian Hamilton, winemaker of Kin Vineyards, who's been making wine for over 25 years. And we're gonna find out, how do we grow grapes in the Ottawa Valley in a very cold climate?
At Kin Vineyards, we started making wine in 2014. So we've been, on this property though, we've been making wine from grapes since 2017. So it's important to point out that when the company started, we actually had a test plot, a test vineyard, if you will, in Kinburn. And we had about 5 acres. We planted it with 9 different varieties. So some Minnesota hybrids, some very hardy vines, some French-American hybrids, and then some more noble varieties. And that was 2012. 2014, this property was planted, and to only vinifera, or those noble varieties. So Chardonnay is 5 acres, Pinot Noir is 5 acres. And so yeah, we've been making wine for Kin since 2014, but from this property since 2017. It was a process of consulting with the then owner who wanted to have an organic and biodynamic vineyard, make wine. So in 2012, I began discussions with them on what we should plant, what wines we should make. It wasn't until 2016 that I actually got the opportunity to come to Ottawa from Niagara and make my home here and actually make wine full-time just for kids. But you know, I've had a chance to work in 3 different countries. I made wine in New Zealand, in Sonoma, California, and for many years in Niagara. And so coming to the Ottawa Valley and Carp Ridge was a unique challenge where there's really nobody else in the area who's growing the varieties that we grow here. Chardonnay and Pinot Noir aren't planted anywhere in Ontario as north as we're located. So that was a unique challenge it was just timed perfectly for me to come. People would see Ottawa as a marginal environment because it's very cold here. But what they don't necessarily realize is that Ottawa is amongst the sunniest, one of the sunniest places in Ontario. So we get more than adequate heat, more than adequate sunshine to ripen your fruit. It's the amount of effort that has to go into protecting the vines after the harvest with the burial beneath the earth to keep them warm and undamaged.
But essentially history in the making, since we haven't done this in this part of the world.
It is history in the making. I have to say it's a pretty accurate way of looking at it. It's not been done before here. The results are very promising. And that's not just by, that's not an opinion that comes from being intimately involved with growing the vines and making the wines. Of course, I want to love them after all that work, but it's feedback that we get from wine critics, from patrons who buy our wines, that there is a unique sense of terroir or place or distinctiveness, if you will, of the wines that we grow here. And so to get that recognition it's pretty supportive of what we already feel in our bones, that we have something very special here that is it's not just passable, it's world class.